Hey everybody, I hope your day is going really, really well. This video is something that I think if you're serious about developing your career, landing a better job, taking things to the next level, you absolutely must watch. It's something that's near and dear to my heart, something I've certainly struggled with in my own professional career and in getting a business off the ground. And it is simply this. How do you get yourself from being one of the LinkedIn wallflowers, I call them, which is like 98% of all the users on LinkedIn who are there but are essentially using it passive, into a power user, someone who is consistently getting results from LinkedIn and turning it into a powerful engine for them? You know, the thing that really trips up a lot of people, and this is a question that I get all the time, is, Anish, I'm constantly working on my LinkedIn profile. I'm constantly updating it. I'm adding new skills and endorsements. I'm tweaking and endlessly perfecting this summary section. And the first thing I will say is that for most people, after you hit a certain level, yes, of course, your profile must be strong. It has to be. It has to be competitive. It has to be credible so that when someone who is just getting to know you takes a look at it, they say, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. But after that, it's all over, okay? There is a point of diminishing returns, and a profile just in and of itself, let me just be very clear, will get you near zero on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, even though it's a professional social media site, is a social media site, which means that engagement is the name of the game. Engagement is the engine. The profile is the bodywork of a vehicle. It looks really pretty, and the interior, when you get into the profile, has to be good. But that's all it is. If you don't have the engine, you will not see results. So stop wasting time endlessly tweaking that profile, thinking that somehow the magic combination of keywords is going to trip the switch, and all of a sudden you're going to be flooded with messages from recruiters and employers and what have you. It just doesn't work that way. So I'm going to lead you through 3 areas. You can scale this up, and it will take you from being one of the many who, are on LinkedIn but have no idea how to use it, or, get connection requests but leave these connections who are valuable people who could actually help you, they leave them inert. This is going to take that to that next level. So 3 things to get you from wallflower to power user state. Number 1, daily engagement with your feed. You sign into LinkedIn, you're going to see the news feed. It's what everyone that you know is posting. It's what followers and influencers are posting in your industry. You're going to see articles, you're going to see thoughts, you're going to see shared items. Take a few moments every day to engage. And that means liking a couple of posts, adding a couple of thoughtful comments to people's posts, saying thank you once in a while, sharing a bit of content that you saw as a status update, writing at least once a month. I would recommend one strong post, LinkedIn Pulse post, that ties into what you do, establishes your industry expertise that, again, you share. And I don't know if you know this, but the minute you publish a post on LinkedIn Pulse, it automatically shares it with each and every one of your first degree connections. So you already have a built-in kind of reader base there. So these are all things, endorsements as well, by the way. I recommend taking at least 5 to 10 minutes every week to just pull up the profiles of people that you know and start endorsing them for skills. Not only is that just a nice little value add, and it's a way to stay on the radar of your network, but that also results in you're getting endorsements. And so if there's skills that you have in your profile that you really want to shine a little bit more, start endorsing people to get those endorsements back. So again, just to reiterate, daily engagement with your newsfeed, engaging with people, writing thoughtful comments, sharing articles as status updates, sharing thoughts and opinions on what's going on in your industry, again, as status updates, and endorsements. These are all things that you should be looking at on a daily basis to do on LinkedIn to stay top of mind, and make sure that people know who you are and remember kind of who you are. That's crucial. Step 2. All right. So let's assume that you've got that in hand. You've habitualized it. What I do is I literally have a calendar reminder every day that says engage with feed. So I know that, and it's habitualized now. So it's a part of my day. So assuming you have that part done, because that really is step 1, that has to be there. Step two, what I would recommend is you really need to start thinking about how do I re-engage with my first degree connections. No matter how big or how small your network is, there are people that you are directly connected with who hold the key to advancing your career, but as long as they are just inert connections, you're not going to get any value, okay? No one is going to just randomly say, hey, you know what? I haven't thought about Jim, that first degree connection of mine that I connected with 3 years ago. Let's see how he's doing in his career and let's see if I can help. It just doesn't happen that way. We're all so busy with our own stuff that to think that you're just going to passively, get these opportunities, I think that's a myth. It's a comforting one, but it really is a myth. So re-engaging with first degree connections. And what I would do when it comes to this is start with number one, sketching out who are the people that I'm connected with who would be most beneficial, right? Say, just hypothetically, I'm in the biotech sector. I want to get another biotech or life sciences job. So I'm thinking, you know what? Senior managers and directors that I'm connected with in biotech, in companies that may be either I want to directly work with or maybe plugged into the greater sort of industry, these people, I would really need to start initiating dialogue with them. So I would create, number one, an ideal profile of that person, so I know what I'm sort of targeting. And then I would do a LinkedIn advanced search, go up to the search bar, click the advanced tab, and you'll get this advanced people search box where you can start plugging in certain criteria. I would use the work that I've done in creating an ideal profile, plug it into the advanced search, and do a first degree only search to see who I'm directly connected with. Now, once I have this list, it could be a big list, it could be a shorter list. My next question would be, how can I add value? Not what should I ask? Because when you start with an ask, especially on LinkedIn, we are trained to go, have our defenses go right up, and ain't no one gonna listen to you, okay? So don't start with an ask. What I am saying is, once you have the people, answer the question, how can I add value? And this is not rocket science. You do not have to come up with some giant thing to provide these people. It could be as simple as you're trying to connect with biotech decision makers. You recently came across a really interesting article about changes in the industry, and you just send a message. This is all done through LinkedIn's inbox. So you're going into the LinkedIn inbox section of your profile, creating a new message for each of these people that you want to reach out to, and sending them a message through there. It's not public. It's through the messaging system. And you're sending a message that says something very simple, like, hey, I just came across this article that discusses X, Y, and Z. I thought it might be interesting to you. Would love to know what you think about the article. Got to have that little piece there, okay? Because that's the back and forth little bit. So you're sharing something, right? Or maybe you're just saying thank you for the recent post, and you offer a little insight into that. The goal with this initial message is to start the back and forth and to toss the ball to have it returned. That's the only thing that you're doing, okay? You're also keeping yourself a little top of mind. You're reminding them, hey, we are connected, so there's that. So the first message to all of these first degree connections is a value message. It's something that you're giving. It's something that you're offering. It's something that that can spark a conversation or can get the sort of ball rolling. And it's fine if they don't answer. Many people won't, but they will still read that article or they will still read your post, and they'll come across with that psychological thing of, oh, okay, interesting. I forgot that I was connected with this guy. He seems like he's on the ball. He or she is on the ball. So again, coming up with the ideal first degree connections, ideal sort of prospects that you're centering your efforts on. That's step one. Doing an advanced people search only for first degree connections is step two. Step three is sending a value message. And I would say about 2 weeks after you sent that initial value message, send them a follow-up. Something simple that says, hey, I'm trying to get to know my trusted connections or biotech connections in this example a little bit better. Would love to set up a quick meet and greet call, intro call with you next week, just to sort of, see if we could benefit each other. Again, you're not asking. You're just keeping the conversation going. You're making it clear that this is not a you selling yourself kind of thing. It's just, I want to get to know you better. I think it could be beneficial. Would you have a few minutes to talk next week? Let me know. Send that message about 2 weeks after the value message. Follow up with that message one last time. I would say 1 to 2 weeks later that. Just reminding them, saying, hey, I do remain interested. If phone is a little too much for you right now, let me know if we can initiate a little bit of a dialogue over email, and you could sort of take it that way. So 3 steps for these first degree connections: value message, call request, intro call request, mutually beneficial call request, and then finally one last follow-up that also gives an option of starting the dialogue via email first, so then you can hopefully ramp it up that way. So that's a way to sort of nurture these first degree connections and turn them from being these mythical, kind of inert LinkedIn connections, first degree connections that are great on paper but aren't really delivering value, to real flesh and blood connections, people who could help. And ideally during these calls, you would be talking about certainly what you're doing a little bit in a non-spammy, selly way, talking about what they're doing in a non-spammy, selly way, and just looking for that connection and sussing that out. This is the way to tap, by the way, into the hidden job search market. You know, this mythical thing, it starts with stuff like this. So that's re-engaging with first degree connections. And again, one last time, just to reiterate. Step 1, daily engagement with your feed. Step 2, re-engaging your first degree connections. And step 3, and this is really what separates, really most of the power users on LinkedIn from everybody else, proactive outreach. There is no way that you are going to see the results on LinkedIn that you are looking for without doing a certain amount of outreach. It will not happen by only tapping into the people that you know. You've got to be actively expanding your network and bringing people into the pipeline. You know, that's one thing that the clients that I'll work with, it's something that I just espouse as a real principle is, if you're hiring someone to, for example, handle the LinkedIn side of things for you, make sure that there's a system. Make sure that there's a clear way forward, that you understand that, again, it's not just about a pretty profile or companies that you're connected to or groups that you're following. That stuff is all great in a passive way, but you've got to have a system in place in terms of turning all of that. That's a huge part of what I do, is giving people that concrete system so that they know, no mystery, send XYZ messages within XYZ time frames to nurture this pipeline and really get it set up. So this third part is really all about outreach. And again, taking the work that we did from the re-engagement of the first degree connections, you still have this ideal prospect profile or something similar to that. You know, these are the people that you have thought about. You thought about their preferences. You thought about how to search with, and find them on LinkedIn. You have that for your first degree connections. Now you can just take that and bring it in wider. Again, doing the LinkedIn advanced search. This time you're going to search for second degree connections and group members. These are people that you can connect with in one step. You're going to get a list of these people, and you're going to go through. You're going to send them, this is so crucial, when you connect with them, do not send them the boilerplate connection message that LinkedIn automatically kind of pre-fills in the connection request section. Do a customized message. Personal, simple. You can use the same personalized message for each of these connection requests. Just personalize it. Hi, whoever's name it is that you're connecting. I noticed we shared several mutual connections in the industry. Would love to connect here if you're open to it. Or we share a mutual connection with this person who's a good friend of mine. Would love to connect here if you're open to it. Thanks, your name. That's it. First name, by the way. That's it. So personalized doesn't mean a book. In fact, shorter the better. But you've got to have their name in there. You've got to have your name in there. You've got to have a one-line thing that just customizes it and just sort of explains why are you reaching out to this person. It doesn't have to be some huge connection, but personalize it. That will dramatically increase the number of connections that get approved as you're reaching out. So this is the third step, which is outreach, proactive outreach. And depending on how much of a hustler you are, you can do it, as small as 20 to 30 people a day for the next week. Some people hit it hard and they'll do 100 to 200 connection requests for the next 2 or 3 days to really get that up, get those numbers up, get these people into the pipeline. And as these connections are coming in, Then you do essentially what we've been doing for that first degree connection thing, where you first of all thank them for connecting with you. It's an extra step. Then you send them the value message, send them something that they would be targeted and interested in. Then you send them a call request, a meet and greet call request, and finally a follow-up if there's no response. So it's a chain, it's a system. It's something that you can plan out and say, okay, this Thursday, that first batch of people who are new connections, I'm going to send them the value message. And 2 weeks after that, I'm going to send them the call request message. So it's a system. And that system, and you can tweak this, and you can make this your own and make it something that you're comfortable with. But building that system, having that in place, and knowing that is there delivering a steady stream of call opportunities, job opportunities, networking opportunities, whatever it is that you want to do, this is the way to get there. This is the sort of core system that you really, really, really need to have in place if you're interested in taking LinkedIn from something beyond something passive. There's a small percentage of LinkedIn users who essentially are leveraging the entire site to quickly get where they're going, because everyone that you could possibly need to further your career, they're on LinkedIn. They're not on Facebook, they're not on Instagram, they're not on Twitter. They are on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn provides you these avenues to really nurture a relationship. So why would you not do it? It's there. It's in front of you. It's ready to be seized. The only limitation is your ambition, your courage, and the amount of your desire, because you can do this. I help people do this every single day. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. I encourage you to go over this video one more time if you're serious about this, to just sort of make some notes on some of these steps that we're talking about, because it is a lot of information to digest. But I hope that it has been helpful to you. By all means, visit my website, resumeorbit.com, for more details about what I do. And what I would certainly recommend is checking out upgradeyourjob.com, where you can join my private mailing list. You'll get instant access to my 6-point checklist for landing a 6-figure job. Guaranteed to be some great stuff in there that you're not doing right now. And once a week, I would send you a expert tip, a bit of guidance, something that's going to be really useful that's taken directly from my work with my private clients. So I hope that this has been helpful. Hope you have a wonderful day. Stay strong, and I'll see you on the flip side. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.